Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play, and today we're going to be killing Good King Mogglemog. I believe his title is the 12th. Good King Mogglemog the 12th. Anyway, it's Thorn March Hard Mode. There is an extreme version of this. It's obviously unlocked after, I think it's... Actually, I have no idea how you unlock it, but it should be said this fight does have mechanics, and if you choose to ignore these said mechanics, from what I understand, it's an instant wipe. But if you don't ignore the mechanics, this fight is cake. Cheesecake, actually. It's both delicious and easy to do. Actually, I've never made cheesecake. The point is cheesing it. You know, it's a piece of cake. You know, even though I had to explain the joke. Anyway. The new player in this was... I think we had 2 new players, myself and I think one of the tanks. And God bless that tank for speaking up, because he even said he was new. I didn't, because I'm a DPS and I already knew the fight. But, you know, he didn't know, so he even brought it up. Now, the way this fight's going to go is the first... I think that's a gladiator right there. The first ad, there are ads and the boss. You don't want to kill the boss right off. If you kill the boss right off, you're all going to die. That's ignoring the mechanics, what I said before. Don't do that. What you want to do is kill, I think, at least 4 ads, I think they said? Is it 4 or 5? You want to be safe, go with 5. If you don't care to be safe, go with 4, because I think it's 4. And then you can kill the boss. Of course, the trick is, you know, getting everybody not to kill the boss, and then wiping everybody, but most people are smart enough after the first time that it happens, it won't happen again. Now, the reason this took so freaking long is because the funny part is, the explanation of the fight took seemingly twice as long as the actual fight did. Oh, man. Which I don't begrudge. You know, I was happy to listen and figure out what was going on, what was up. Beyond that, I think the only real mechanics in this fight are their AoEs. I think they're called Meteor or something, I'm not quite sure. I think that's after you kill the Black Mage, the King gets it as well. But, yeah, it's... You need to kill at least 4, because if you don't kill at least 4, like I said before, it's an instant kill on everybody. Or maybe just does a ton of damage, I don't know. I'm just going off of what the... I believe it was the ninja. The ninja was the one explaining all this, and the ninja was the guy I basically followed. Because the theory is, you want to kill the Black Mage, you want to kill the White Mage, you want to kill the Rogue, and you want to kill the... I don't remember the 4th one, but basically just don't kill the Gladiator or the Warrior. Kill anything else, kill 4 of them. And then, you can kill the boss. And that's essentially it. The boss doesn't even come out until after the first ad phase. The first ad phase is just kill everything. That's it. It's kill this one thing, kill 8 things, and then kill the 4 things, and then the boss. That's it. That's the whole fight. It's not a particularly difficult fight, except for the tanks. The tanks do require a little bit of knowing what you're doing. If you're the main tank, you're going to want to tank the boss, but not do a whole lot of damage. Remember, don't push him past, I think, 60%? It might be 65. I'd go 65 to be safe. Don't push him past 65%. And at this point in the game, with the item level, you're actually more likely to push him past that and thus wipe the group because you have better gear. So pay attention. So pay attention and do worse. Basically, as a tank, as the main tank. The off-tank gets the admirable job of just tanking the 2 Gladiator and the Warrior, I think. That's it. That's the 2 tanks. I think the main tank, like, I don't know, you have to watch the main tank if you ever see him during this whole thing. And, I'm pretty sure that's the extent of the explanation that we got. And we were a bunch of people that were very timid. Because our tanks did not want to pull. I don't know why. Maybe they were scared. Maybe they just... I don't know. My theory is they wanted to listen to this music, man. Oh, there we go. The ready check I remember was toward the end of the waiting. I was running out of things to say, really, about this boss fight, because I don't remember much of it, because it was done so fast. Seriously, if you have decent DPS, this fight is over in like 3 minutes. If that. It's not a lot. Excuse me, it's not a long time. Okay, we're finally about ready to go. Please? Because I was like, guys, can we go? Okay. I hate to be the guy just saying, hurry up, with my body language, but I'm like, dude, I would like to get this done sometime tonight. I'd waited like 20 minutes in the queue anyway. One day we will go. And by the way, if you know what you're supposed to do, it is a godsend if you actually mark the enemies. I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but once I get comfortable with this fight, I'll probably be the one end up marking. Just saying. Of course, I also didn't know these things die quite so fast, or I wouldn't have probably just, you know, dotted the thing up, but I love the music in this fight. Not this particular phase, but I love all the music in this fight. And the music speeds up, because this is a DPS check. If you don't kill 4, you will probably die when they all summon the king. I think. I don't know that, though. I would imagine it's a DPS check, because I think it's a predetermined set of time before they summon the king. Which I guess... I don't know. Let's get on to things I actually do know about the fight. Generally speaking, you don't want to pop your cooldowns this early, like I did, but I didn't really know that. You usually want to save it. Well, I don't know if you want to save it, but okay, this is where things start getting a little bit off the wall. What I did was I followed the guy that knew what he was doing. I followed the ninja because this guy was nice. He seemed to know what was up. And, you know, I don't want to be a hindrance. Well, that and I knew what to do. I just didn't know which ones we were focusing on. I was like, well, that's the warrior. I don't want to hit the... I guess I have to hit the warrior or the gladiator because the only 2 up. Basically, if I saw the ninja hitting it, I was pretty sure that it was acceptable to hit it. It's not something I want to rely on, because, you know, there's not always going to be somebody that knows what in the hell they're doing. But while there are, you might as well take advantage of it when you can, you know. And yes, there's a lot of AoEs. Usually, you want to tank the big warrior in the corner so he doesn't take up half the room with the AoE, but I don't think it really mattered too much here. Okay, so after this one, I think after this one dies, which normally I don't know if you're supposed to kill all of them in the first phase, but after this one dies, that's when they summon the king. Now, the king is going to summon, I think there's a big AoE here, so if you have some kind of damage reduction ability, use it. Doesn't matter, it's not a whole big deal, but any little bit helps. Hail to the king, Kupo. Hail to the king. You know, by the end of this fight, I think 3 people I counted said, wow, holy crap, that was fast. So I'm thinking everybody in this place was competent, because we never really hit any snags. I'm going to shut up for a majority of it, for a part of this, because I love the music here. Okay, now as you can see, that the king should not be in the middle of all this. The king should be on the outside of the map. Okay, they're dragging him back. This is good. And just kill 4 things. We went over this. That would be the white mage. So, yep, this is the right thing to be on. This is really all on the DPS. The tanks can screw up the battle if they just don't position things correctly, but generally speaking, it's on the damage dealers here. If you can't kill the ads soon enough, you will die. Just laying it out right now. Yeah, I don't really know what to say here, because it's just, it is what it is, folks. It's a trial. Also, great music. So I'm gonna just shut up and listen to it myself now. And now we can DPS the boss. And as soon as those words were typed, I was all over that crap. This is probably when you should blow your cooldowns. And by the way, if you're a ninja watching this guy actually earned my commendation just because he realized he's the only other melee in the group, and he doesn't want to have to make me use the limit break, because as a monk, you don't really want to use the limit break. You want the ninja or the dragoon to do so. Because losing that grease lightning, while is a lot easier to keep it now after limit breaking, it's still not optimal, because, you know, I'm the prolonged one, he's the, you know, probably the one that should be using the limit break. And that's it. Fight's over. Go home now. Oh, and by the way, after this, I spent 4 hours questing. Just plain questing. There, I guess I didn't give him the commendation. I gave it to the new guy. I would have gave it to the other guy, but he left. Yeah, there is a lot of questing. And before Heavensward, and I mean a lot. Oh yeah, if you played the game, you're probably aware of what's going on right now. We're all just sitting here going, I want that loot. And you can't leave unless you want to forfeit the loot, so we're all just like, can somebody just roll? Roll. Did I roll on it? Yeah, I rolled on it. Somebody else roll. Any minute now. I've lost. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm not going to show the 4 hours of questing because it took forever and is not relevant. Farewell, everyone, until next time.